Good evening, family. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you are new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds in 3 years. Getting it started a little bit later today than normal. I usually go live around 4 p.m. Today it is a little bit after 5 p.m. Central Time. Had a meeting that was right when I was supposed to start, and then that meeting went long. So Anthony's checking in saying hello, pretty girl's mom. I saw you were here earlier. Sorry I was not able to start until now. But if you guys would like to join the family, hit that subscribe button. Also click on the bell icon so you get notified when I post new videos or go live. If you'd like to join in on the conversation, you can join me most weekdays when I go live at 4 p.m. or outside of the live stream. You can consider joining the Discord that we created. There is a link for that down in the description below. Also, down in the description below, there is a link to a Pinterest board. A lot of times we get asked what meals we eat on our diet, and that Pinterest board has a lot of our favorite whole food plant-based meals on it. Today is day 19 of my reset, and I don't even know what day it is. It's 686 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. I've used a combination of extended water fasting and a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet to lose over 200 pounds so far. If you guys have any non-scale victories or any on-scale victories, I'd love to hear those. If you guys are trying to lose weight, what are you doing to lose weight? If you're having success, how's it going? If you're struggling to get started or struggling to stay on track, what's keeping you from getting started or getting back on track? And what are some of the things you're going to do to make staying on your diet easier than the alternative? Let's switch here to the main. I hope all you guys had a fabulous weekend. I had a fabulous weekend with the family. Very busy weekend, lots of different things going on. We had an event with our nonprofit that pretty much took up all of our Friday evening to get set up, and then Saturday was the actual event. So we were busy with that on Saturday. Then Saturday evening, I was able to go out on a little date with Carrie. We went to a movie. We saw the Clerks 3 movie, which was nice to watch. I've watched all of the Clerks movies and have been a fan of a lot of what Kevin Smith does, and he supports or he promotes eating a plant-based diet. So there's also a positive thing for Kevin Smith, I guess. He's one of the people that influenced my brother to start eating a plant-based diet or eating a vegan diet. And so it was cool to see the movie. Lots of stuff about heart attacks and things like that, because that was something that the director Kevin Smith had experienced in his life, was a heart attack, which caused him to make a complete change with his diet. And I think he started with a potato diet and then kind of switched over to a vegan diet. So we watched Clerks 3, and then Sunday we had some stuff in the morning, and then we had kids had soccer and other events throughout the day on Sunday. So it was a great weekend. I'll go over some of the food here from the weekend and a little bit more on the things that we did here in a second. Pretty girl's mom says they have a non-scale victory. Then Pretty girl's mom says you've been grooving along with me since the first day 19. Really? That's amazing. That's really crazy. I appreciate all the support. And yeah, that's what is that? 650 days? Well, what is it? No, 600 and I just had it up on my screen how many days it was. And of course it's not obvious. 686. So it's over 660 days. That's awesome. And then Anthony says, you started watching me in February. You started watching me in February of 2021, though. Yeah, not February of 2022. Right, Anthony? I'm pretty sure you've been following me for over a year. I appreciate all the support. So, from all of you guys. Trying to get this started. Oh, no. Is it on the right thing? All right. So I'm going to try to go through the food pictures from the weekend. It's going to be a little sporadic because we had a lot of things going on. So I don't have a lot of great photos. Anthony, you say you even remember where you were when you first watched me. Well, it's sort of like when Elvis died, right? You know where you were when Elvis died? Well, I don't, because I wasn't born. But the food that's funny. That's awesome. The food from the weekend. So Friday night we ended up working really late into the night, and we ended up getting our kids junk food from Burger King. I know it's horrible, but we got to get them food, and it's quick. And right now they're Impossible burgers or 2 for $10 or whatever. So we got our kids, and so I didn't take a photo of my dinner. Carrie had made mega veggie chili on Friday night, but when we got home, I just wasn't in the mood for mega veggie chili. I felt like it was far too complex of a meal to eat, I guess. I don't know. And like I said, it was really late. And so I did end up eating, but I ate some shredded wheat. I just felt like it was a simpler thing to eat and just had some shredded wheat. So that's what I had Friday evening for dinner, but didn't eat a lot at all on Friday. Actually, I had a decent amount of food for lunch on Friday. Because let me pull this up. This was my lunch on Friday here. This was 2 huge potatoes and then a whole bag of broccoli. So I wasn't really overly hungry on Friday evening. So when I got home, I just made a small bowl of shredded wheat and just had that for dinner. Then Saturday morning for breakfast, we had to get up early and get going. We really didn't set aside time to make breakfast. And so I didn't even get a chance to take a photo of the food before I had just already smashed it in. I had 2 bananas and a couple oranges, maybe 2, but probably 3 oranges. Saturday morning for breakfast. Then Saturday for lunch, we got home. It ended up being kind of later in the afternoon. It was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon that we ended up having lunch. Then that's when I had the mega veggie chili. It's in our wonderful Hello Kitty bowls because I keep bringing our bowls from home to work and then leaving them at work. So I'm stuck using Hello Kitty bowls. This is going to be the Hello Kitty phase of my diet, I guess, because half of my food photos are Hello Kitty bowls that I don't even know where they came from, but we have them. And so here's some photos of the mega veggie chili all mixed up. Wonderful meal. Absolutely love mega veggie chili every time we have it. I know I say it every time, but it's been a staple of our diet since the beginning. We've made little changes to it with the seasonings and the ingredients to fit our flavor, our texture preferences. But it is a fairly simple meal to make. You cook all the ingredients in the Instapot. Once it cooks, then we let the pressure out, throw some bulgur wheat in there, let it repressurize, and for like a minute, or just let it repressurize, then release the pressure, and it's ready to go. So really like Mega Veggie Chili, and it's a great staple in our diet. Pretty Girl's mom, you say with the reboot last month, you were down 3.4 pounds in August. The first 2 weeks of September, it's 4 more pounds. That's awesome. You're down over 7 pounds. That's incredible. I'm really proud that you've been able to get that weight off and you're getting it figured out. So, our Tiny Acre says you first watched when Chef AJ interviewed me. Okay. Yep. What was your non-scale victory? I'm confused. Who had the non-scale victory? Oh, okay. I'm not sure. Anyways, the are you on day night? I'm so confused. Okay. I missed the period. I thought it was a comma. I was so confused about your comment. I understand your comment now. You've been grooving along with me since the first of this month. You're 19 days in with me. I get it now, Pretty Girl's mom. That's awesome that you're down since the reset here, since the beginning of the month. Sorry, it took me so long to get up to speed and figure out what you were saying. So back to the food from the weekend here. This was Saturday for lunch, and then prior to going to yes, I got it now. I understood now. It took me a minute to put all the pieces together, and it clicks now much better in my head. So the dinner before the movie, right? Let me see. Yeah, this was before we went to the movie. I wonder if Carrie's listening. If she is, maybe she can let me know. This is some sort of pumpkin meatloaf that we had. This is a I think it's a sesame seed sauce that Carrie made, so it is kind of like a tahini, but I put very little on there. And I did take a photo of the whole thing, but this was similar to Linda's meatloaf. I definitely like Linda's meatloaf much more than I did this. And I ended up eating 1 or 2 slices of it, but this is the whole thing cooked up, or this was half of it cooked up. So I imagine I had 2 slices and Carrie had 2 slices of it for dinner. It wasn't bad. It was about how it looks, I guess. Carrie says it's a pumpkin seed lentil pie. It was from the plant-powered families. I also, if I would have put more of that sauce, it might have made it different, but I was trying to use as little of it as I could. It was overall, it was fine. Not every meal is a home run. Sometimes meals are just meals, and that was what that was. And which was really fine because we were going to a movie that from here, and we had made a decision, and I didn't take any photos of it, but we made a decision that we were going to be rebels, and we were going to sneak some food into the movie theater. There is a Natural Grocers right next to the movie theaters where they have a lot of great options for food for us, that we stopped in there before the movie. Kind of on the way, we thought, we'd pick up maybe a couple Lara bars or something. And then as we got going there, we started thinking about, they sell cashews there. And they had some other, there was some sort of treat that was, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like a cashew date kind of thing that they had in their refrigerated section that I remembered. And so we ended up walking around the store and actually ended up finding, right as we walked in the door, they had small bags of dehydrated mango. And then we went and grabbed some unsalted cashews. And that's what we ended up having for snacks at the movie theaters, which I thought was a great compromise to what I had been eating for snacks at the movie theater, which was soda and candy. And it stayed compliant to the diet. We're not having cashews and dehydrated mango on a regular basis like I did the first 11 months that I was doing this diet. But to allow cashews and mango on the diet for a special occasion like going to the movies, I think is a great compromise with having them, because it allows me to have something that's absolutely compliant. And for 99.9% of the population, they probably wouldn't think that eating dehydrated mango or unsalted cashews would be negative to your health. And I don't really think it's negative to my health, but it doesn't promote weight loss. And that's what my focus is right now, is trying to promote the weight loss, because I've proven to myself over the last 386 days that I can eat fairly healthy, or I can eat, health promoting foods. But if I want to succeed and I want to reach my goal, I need to start eating a weight loss promoting diet and not just a healthy diet. And so that's why I've eliminated things like the cashews, the mangoes, and the juice from the day-to-day parts of my diet. So it was good to go to the theater. We did sneak a little bit of that into the theater, but and then we kind of ate it all there. And so it kind of stayed at the theater. We didn't bring anything home. It was probably a lot of calories in the end. So it was a good thing that I didn't eat a ton of food prior. We had a busy day Saturday. Sunday was less of a busy day, but man, it was just ridiculously hot out yesterday for some of the things we had to do. Going back to the food though, the breakfast that we had on Sunday was I keep hitting the wrong one of our standard oatmeals. We've been having the sweet oatmeal a lot recently. And that was, actually, I made most of the oatmeal yesterday. So for me, making the sweet oatmeal is a lot easier. I ended up putting probably too much liquid in the oatmeal, but, it was good. Carrie says that those mangoes from the theater were so good. They really, yeah. I mean, it was like having candy, because they essentially are, I mean, it's just a bunch of sugar when they're dehydrated. But yeah, it was no problem to finish the bag that we had of those. And I suppose the other nice thing is that mangoes and cashews are kind of expensive for the volume you get for them. So it doesn't, it feels like you're spending a decent bit of money. Carrie had made a comment about that she's not a purse person. Right, because we were joking about taking our purse potatoes. I missed a bunch of comments here. Our Tiny Acres, you said you went to the doctor 2 days ago and you were down 31 pounds when the nurse weighed you last in-person visit. The doctor came into your room dancing and congratulating you on I'm sorry, I did miss the comment, Our Tiny Acres. That's awesome. Congratulations on the over 30 pounds lost since the last time you were at the doctor. Hopefully you were able to give them some advice that they could pass on to other patients and about eating a healthier, better diet. But that's incredible. it's so awesome hearing you guys have these successes too, because it is it takes a lot to get the weight off and to keep it off. So that's amazing, guys. See, our Tiny Acres, you said you went to the movies and only got ice water to drink. Yes, we ended up spending like $35 to get 2 bottles of water because, we had to have bottled water for some reason. And we had to have our own bottles of water, even though one probably would have done. But yeah, that it would have been nice. Yeah, it was nice to go to the movie though, and to kind of cross that to succeed, I guess, because a lot of the times I've gone to the movies in the past 2 years, or especially the past year, I've left feeling like I didn't succeed when it came to my diet or my weight loss goals. I felt great and I had all kinds of wonderful, you know, uh, response to having the sugar from the stuff, but I never was happy that I wasn't able to go to the movie and leave without kind of failing my diet. So it was nice to go to the movie on Saturday and succeed with my diet and kind of take that control back because it's important. Um, and then our Tiny Acre says that was the first time that you went and just got a ice water to drink. So that's a great victory, really. I mean, that's a huge non-scale victory. For whatever reason, movies have always been kind of an outlet for me to do things. Yeah. Anyways, Carrie says that you're not a purse person. You have one purse that barely fits your phone and wallet, and it was packed full. Yes, it was. Luckily, I have very large pockets because when you wear very large pants, they put very large pockets in them. And so I can fit like whole, like 3-ring binder notebooks in my pockets half the time. So I was able to sneak in the mangoes without anybody noticing big bulge in my pocket. And then our Tiny Acres, you say you're not a purse person either. You have a small wallet with a carabiner that you attach to your bra strap. Yeah, it's really with things now. It's like I even got a smaller I lost connection. What happened? I got a replacement for my wallet, and now it's even a smaller kind of package than my wallet was. So things are getting smaller like that. But I'm sure they get suspicious when people come walking in with these massive purses. So we'll go back to the food here. Yesterday breakfast was oatmeal. Lunch was potatoes and broccoli, kind of our standard, and a Hello Kitty bowl, of course. We had to have that. That's just it mixed up. And then dinner last night, hopefully Carrie can chime in and give the name, but it was like a potato soup, and we've had it before. I really enjoy the soup. We actually had it for lunch today. Our Tiny Acres, you say your wallet's smaller than mine. And they didn't charge you for the cups of water. See, that's I should have tried to get Carrie to get some free cups of water for me. And my brother works there sometimes security, and if he would have been there, I probably would have got it to work out. But he was working security somewhere else. And then he said the movies used to mean a large soda and a large popcorn and candy. Yep, absolutely. I mean, large diet soda. At least I was saving the calories with the diet soda. Well, with the movies, they would have had Barks root beer. I might have got Barks root beer, but yeah, soda, candy, all that stuff, absolutely, and popcorn. Okay, so this is the Well Your World's potato corn chowder, a 10-minute meal was this dinner that we had last night. And I really enjoyed it last night for dinner. And then, like I said, we had it for lunch today as well. I think I took a photo of breakfast this morning. It looks very pale for some reason. I don't know why, but we had our savory breakfast, which was oat groats with mushrooms, onions, spinach. Was there spinach in it, Carrie? I don't see spinach in this. Maybe that's why it looks so bland. There wasn't spinach in the oatmeal this morning. I bet there wasn't. But it was nice to have our that was sweet. Oh my, I'm just way off. Okay, so this isn't our I don't even remember. I'm so bad at taking photos that I didn't take a good enough photo to tell the difference between it being our sweet oatmeal and our savory oatmeal. So it was sweet oatmeal today. So this is apples and bananas. And that was breakfast this morning. I don't have any other photos, but I had potatoes and broccoli. And potatoes today. I don't know if I had any broccoli with the potatoes I ate today, but I ate a few potatoes today at work. The one thing about the breakfast, me and Carrie were eating it, and I gotta say, wow, this person, do I not have it on subscriber only chat? Let me see if that's something I can change. Subscribers. There we go. We'll switch it over to subscriber only chat. Sorry for all you people not subscribing, watching live. You should subscribe so you can chat. I didn't realize I had that mode off. I thought it was always on. Anyways, breakfast, the oat groats. Extremely satisfying to eat oat groats. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Me and Carrie were having a conversation while we were eating. Like, sometimes I wish I could actually eat the oatmeal, or that I was eating the oatmeal slower, because there's just some satisfaction from popping the oat groats between your teeth. Rice kind of does the same thing. But I think that a couple things with eating oat groats. I would recommend that if you're going to have oats in the morning, that you eat oat groats or steel cut oats. Just because it makes it a little bit more difficult to digest. I can't remember which one of the books I've read, but they talked about how you'll eat less of a food like an oat groat than you would of a rolled oat. Also, because you're going to eat less of it, but it's also harder for your body to get calories from the oats unless you take the time to really chew them up thoroughly. So that also helps you with weight loss too, because you're eating, a lot of people like the calories in, calorie out equation, and I think that they miss it a little bit. I think it's calories absorbed versus calories expended. And the absorbed part is something that we all assume that we absorb every calorie that something says it has. But if you eat 200 calories of corn kernels and you had 200 calories of corn syrup, your body is going to absorb all of the 200 calories of corn syrup, whereas it might only absorb 120 calories of the corn kernels. And oat groats are the same way. They're less processed. They're more difficult for your body to absorb. So if you were to eat 200 calories worth of oat groats or 200 calories of rolled oats, your body's going to absorb more calories from the rolled oats than it would the oat groats. So for weight loss, I would recommend switching to something like an oat groat, because it makes it more difficult for your body to get the calories from it. Your body's still gonna get the calories it needs, but because you're gonna take care of eliminating some of those barriers by chewing the food up and your digestive process. But just it's weird how the oat groats are so satisfying, and taking the time to mash them up with your teeth and make them more digestible, or so that your body can get the calories from them, is more satisfying, and it slows me down with my eating, and I think helps kind of create more satiation because I'm eating longer and feeling like I've had more food because of that. Our Tiny Acres, you said that you eat rolled oats with Planet Oak vanilla unsweetened milk, powdered greens from your own garden, uncooked. Hubby looks at me funny every time I do. Yeah, and the thing about kind of eating them uncooked too is that you are also making, from what I understand, them more difficult to digest, because your body has to then kind of take the time to soften the oats more, or to get them to be more digestible, versus cooking the oats. But yeah, you had suggested that with the rolled oats, and I'll have to try something with rolled oats sometimes, and just try to eat them. Because I've heard of people doing overnight oats. Oh, okay. You went Planet Oat vanilla unsweetened milk. Okay. The yeah, I've heard people doing overnight oats. But eating the oats, it's probably pretty crunchy, and I'm sure it's not bad at all. And again, some of these foods I have found that them having a crunch has been more satisfying, or the way that they are eaten is more satisfying. So, but yeah, that was just like I said, we were talking about that with breakfast, with the oats, and I was watching a video and somebody was talking about what they eat, and they say oats, and it's just crazy how common oats are for breakfast. And again, I don't ever seem to get sick of them. We do have a little bit of variety, whether we do them sweet or savory, so it's not always the same thing, but it really is always satisfying to have a bowl of oats in the morning for me. We, you know, we've been having a good luck with it so far. Right. Oh yeah. So our Tiny Acre says that the overnights they make them too mushy. You don't like the mushy oats. You like having that crunch to it, and I could see that. Yeah, having them overnight would make it real mushy. So you don't let them really sit at all. Like you just, like you were just eating a bowl of cereal, you throw it in there and eat it like that. I guess is what you're saying. Let me see if there was anything else I saw food wise from the weekend. You started eating veggies for breakfast. Yeah, since the first Pretty Girl's Mom. I was thinking about that, talking about that too, because that's what kind of got us into eating the savory oatmeal, where we put the mushrooms and the onions and the spinach in it, was reading Chef AJ's book, The Secret to Ultimate Weight Loss. And she talks a lot about vegetables for breakfast. And we really haven't picked up doing heavy amounts of vegetables for breakfast. I feel like we do a little bit of vegetable for breakfast, but not near what she is recommending. The other thing that I was gonna Pretty Girl's mom said you have oatmeal for dinner. Okay. That's funny because we only have it for breakfast. Um, the thing that I was going to talk about with this current reset and something that I don't remember if I thought about it as much as I have been these past 19 days, but um, is the importance of volume eating with this diet and making sure that you are getting a good volume of food in. There's been little things that I've done or that I've picked up over the 2 years that I've been doing this, but that didn't seem like big changes, but are really kind of important to making sure that it succeeds. And, and just like I said, it's something as little as when I go to eat a banana now, I generally make myself, not make, but I grab 2 bananas every time now. I never grab just 1 banana. And I know it seems like something silly, but for me, I think that it was just always in my head. I thought of a single banana being a banana snack. But now I'm more concerned about trying to make sure I'm getting some volume. And I know that eating a banana is a fairly healthy thing for me to do. So eating a large volume of bananas is not going to hurt me. And it's easy to just grab a second one. The other is with like oranges. I do a similar thing. The oranges we eat now, I guess, are different than the oranges that I remember growing up with as a kid. I remember the oranges that we would cut them into quarters or cut them into eighths, and you'd suck all the juice out of them, or you'd have to use a spoon to peel off the peel of it, and you'd still have a lot of white kind of peel stuck to the orange. The oranges that we are getting now are like the mandarin oranges or the tangerines that are the smaller, seedless, very easy to peel oranges. And so I have been grabbing 3 or 4 of them when I go to grab oranges, whereas 10 months into this diet, I was grabbing 2 of those oranges. Now I'm kind of making it a practice to grab a little bit more, just bring that volume up. The same with the potatoes I'm eating. The volume of potatoes that I have been eating for these past 19 days has increased a lot versus what I was doing prior. We are constantly throwing potatoes in the Instapot and making sure that we have potatoes cooked. And then having steamed bag of broccoli or steamer bags of broccoli to mix with it is a quick way to make a potato a meal with some flavor. Carrie likes to put a little bit of a balsamic vinaigrette with it. I don't mind eating the potatoes and broccoli just plain. One of the other things that has been a change, and I've talked about this in the past, and I actually had an experience with it today, was the potatoes and eating a potato like an apple. And it's the only way I can explain it. And so today at the office, I had cooked a few potatoes in the Instapot and decided at like 2 o'clock that I wanted a potato. So I grabbed the potato just out of a bowl and I walked from the break room to my office with the potato in my hand, and I took a bite out of it like you would take a bite out of an apple. And I walked by one of my coworkers' desk and she saw me eating, standing there with the potato with a bite out of it. And she looked at me kind of like, "Is that a potato?" And I explained to her my whole story. I said, or with it is, and I talk about it on stream about how I don't know if I'll ever get used to the idea of eating a potato like an apple, but it's one of the changes I've made. And with the potatoes now, again, just like the oranges, the potatoes of today are not the same potatoes we grew up with. We get these golden potatoes that when we cook them in the Instapot, it is, I mean, I don't think they taste that much different than mashed potatoes, just as they are. And I know my taste buds have adjusted to eating, a diet without any salt, oil, or sugar. But for me, balsamic vinegar, Carrie says, not vinaigrette. Sorry. She has it with balsamic vinegar, the potatoes and broccoli. Uh, the, um, yeah, just having the potato, it's just like having a big ball of mashed potatoes in my hand. And, um, those are things that, uh, I was doing a little bit with the first kind of section of this diet, but I wasn't realizing the importance of it. Like that potato I had at 2 o'clock, I, 10 months into this diet or 7 months into this diet, I would have just not eaten. I would have just waited till dinner and eaten a second portion or more, a larger amount of dinner. And now I know that I can have that potato and I might go home and I could probably eat the same amount of dinner as I ate before. And that one potato is not going to have an effect on my overall weight loss drastically. It's um, because of it's just the potato. If I was dumping oil or salt or margarine, just ingredients onto the potato, I could, there could be a different opinion with it, but I think with it just being a potato, there's not much harm it's going to do, uh, no matter the volume that I have of it. The so yeah, those are a couple things that I'm doing. I've never been shy to have second helpings of dinner, so don't think that you need to starve yourself. And many times when I thought that I had had a binge and that it was going to be an issue, I would come back the next day and it would not, it would either have been a non-issue or I actually would have lost weight, which always surprised me. And so I'm hoping that that continues to be the case now than with the diet. So Carrie was talking about our breakfast here that we use almost a half a bag of spinach and half an 8-ounce thing of mushrooms and onions and a whole onion. And so it is a lot more veggies than it appears to be. And then our tiny acre says you should get citrus more often. Yeah, it's I really like the oranges. But it really sucks to get a bad bag of oranges because you want to eat them, but they're just no good. Uh, so though, yeah, I just wanted to go over a few things that I feel like I've done different that are helping me with this diet and that are a little bit counterintuitive to every other diet that I've done in the past. That eating that volume, eating that food, having that potato today, not saying, "Oh, just wait till dinner," and being like, "You know what? Have a potato. Have two." And be happy with being satisfied with getting to eat a volume of food. And maybe later you'll eat less, maybe you'll eat the same, but as long as you're staying at under 600 calories per pound of food overall, you're gonna see weight loss success. Um, so yeah, that's kind of the update from the weekend. I will be live again tomorrow. I will weigh in on Wednesday. Hopefully I can get closer to that 300 pounds. I'm really trying to get back under it. I need to get under 300 pounds, and then I need to come back a week later and still be under 300 pounds. That is the next short-term goal for me, is to get under 300 and maintain it for a whole week. And so that is what I'm pushing for. And I think that's all the stuff I had for today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, get subscribed to the channel. Click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. And get started on your diet right now. There's no reason to wait. There's nothing coming up that's more important than your health and your overall well-being. Nobody ever gets to their goal, looks back and wishes they would have waited. Everybody looks back and says, why did I wait so long? If I'd have known how good I was going to feel, I would have started so much sooner. So get started now, guys. You all have a wonderful evening, and we will see you tomorrow.